Hi, Tony here from KISS and I want to talk today about some top SEO tips when building a new website. Now, I build websites in WordPress, but these initial tips you can use in any platform whatsoever, whether you're using Joomla, Drupal, whatever. These are things that I think are essential before you start building a website, and I'll tell you where you can get more information about some really cool things that I've been doing lately. Anyway, tip number one is do your keyword research correctly, do it right. Now, how do you do keyword research? Well, there are various tools out there that you can use. The sort of more popular ones are Market Samurai, there's Micro Niche Finder, and there's another little keyword tool called Stealth Competition Analyzer, which I think is only about $27. I'll put links to all of those underneath this video. I would recommend, if you haven't got a huge budget and you want things as simple and easy as possible, then to try out Stealth Competition Analyzer. It's such a good little tool, and it tells you in an instant what you need to do to find the right kind of keywords to go after. Let me just show you an example here. If I open up Stealth Keyword Tool, just bring this up. Right, now if I just open a project that I've already used before, let's see this one, CNA training, and you can see here what I've got here is a whole bunch of keywords, and they've been rated according to their algorithm, which is pretty cool. We can come up here, and I've sorted this rating by amazing, great, good, whatever. Now, if you're a newbie, this is really good, and I'm an experienced marketer, and I've used all the keyword tools I could ever get my hands on. I like this. I really like this, and it's really dead easy to use, and it just gives me at a glance some great information that we can use. And so, for example, I found here some really great keywords. CNA classes online. It's got 2,900 searches. And if you've been watching my videos about reverse engineering the site that sold on Flipper for $42,000, it was making $4,000 a month on AdSense, you will know why I've done this keyword research. And those videos are available over at kissim.org, and really well worth watching, because I'm actually reverse engineering it, but at the same time I'm building a site to copy it, to replicate what that guy did, and it's really interesting course to watch. Now you can see here that it's telling me all the ones that it's got is amazing, but let's have a look here. It tells us here the search volumes. Now what we're looking for is search volumes that are kind of high, that we want to target as a main keyword. Now there's two here that I really like, and both are amazing. 2,900, 2,400. It tells me the average cost per click here for this one here is $12.15 per click, and for this one here is $4.28. So that would be great as a primary keyword, and to have that one here as another keyword that I'm going to optimize for would be a really great way to go. So I could go for really two main keywords. Now it also tells me about competing pages and real competing pages. He's got some kind of proprietary sort of ranking or algorithm system that he's using, that he's created, and he's probably looking at the anchor text URLs. He's looking at the anchor text from competing pages. He's looking at URLs where they might be using these keywords in the title, and various other factors. He's also put in here the competition strength, which he's rated some as very low, like how to become a CPA, low, and this one here, CNA classes online, moderate, and the average page rank for the top 10. And the PR strength, he's rated that as well, low or very low, and competition here is basically a combination of these two, I believe. But anyway, he's looking at the commercial intent. Now how do we tell the commercial intent? Well, there's various ways to tell commercial intent. I guess the way Alex is using this software, Alex Safi, the guy who created it, I guess he's looking at this over here. If there's a lot of people advertising for that keyword, they must be doing it because there's money in it. They advertise to make money. So he's counted in here how many ads are within the keyword, and that makes his little calculation come up to either amazing, great, good, or bad, or terrible. As we come down right to the bottom, you can see that it starts to Oh, actually, we got more. We got much more. Let's just fix this a second. That's the thing about my videos, you get warts and all. There we go, we got even more. I hadn't sorted all of them. I must have sorted part of it, but not all of them. And we can find even more. Huge bunch. Now, anytime you're looking at these kind of keywords, if you do use this kind of tool, I would suggest you go for the ones with the high volume. You've got to go after high volume keywords, because other keywords you will start to rank for as you're doing more and more pages. And we will talk about, you know, strategy and what we're going to do and what we should do, what our options are for to build a site like this. But as we come down here, you can see here it's great, and we've got things like all online LPN programs, 1,600 searches, cost per click $16.26. And you know, these are good keywords to go after. These are good keywords to build a site around, and to expect to get some decent results, you know. And as we come right down to the bottom, let's see, because I haven't analyzed every single one, but you can see these ones here are bad, and you know, you can see that the competition is high or very high. A lot of these keywords as well might not be commercial intent. I mean, nursing assistant could be someone looking for a job, it could be someone looking for information, it could be someone with browsing intent rather than someone specifically looking for a product or a service, for example. But I do like to include these keywords, because when you think about AdSense, these keywords can become very, very valuable. Okay, so I highly recommend this tool, Stealth Keyword Competition Analyzer. It's only 27 bucks on the Warrior Forum. There's a link underneath this video, and if you're a newbie, it's a great way to start, and it's very, very simple to use. And you can watch Alex's videos how we get this information here. Basically, we go to the Google Keyword tool, we do a search with the seed keyword. Ideal way to do it is to get your results and put the first 100 results back into the Google Keyword tool and run analyze again, and then we can do some filtering. The Google Keyword tool allows us to do some filtering, and when we're happy with the results, and I'll let Alex's video show you how to do that, then you just save the Excel file, the CSV file, sorry, and you save it with the exact search, and Alex's videos show you how to do that, and then you just upload it here, and you press start, and it goes and does all this good stuff for you. Really, really good little tool. So I recommend doing that. So do proper keyword research. This tool is good enough. It is really good enough, I think so, and it's very simple. Now, it's not the fastest tool in the world. You have to leave it. If you're going to have like 500 or 800 keywords, you've got to expect it's going to take you a few hours. But if you do some initial filtering, maybe you don't want searches less than 400 per month or 1,000 per month or whatever, then you're going to be left with less keywords that you need to go and check. And for example, if I had done that with this one, I would have found this CNA classes online, I would have found how to become a CNA, but I like to get all these other ones because to me these are LSI keywords, and LSI is latent semantic indexing. These are keywords that Google relate to these particular search terms. So if I did some blog posts, some videos, or some just sprinkle these kind of keywords, these keyword phrases throughout my content, then Google would know what the site is about. Okay, it's like Google being a master chef, and you're feeding a recipe, and Google's guessing what you're cooking. I know it's a crazy analogy, but it's just the simplest way for me to put it, and it's a way that people can understand as well. Now, if you keep feeding the right ingredients for that recipe, then it thinks, aha, I know what you're cooking. So treat it like a game like that, and you won't go far wrong. And that's how I use these kind of keywords, okay? And that's a good little tip. So what next then? So the next tip is decide if you want to build an authority site or a sniper site. Now, what is a sniper site? It's just a mini site, like a sort of micro site, and it will probably typically have anything between 3 and 10 pages. Even 10 pages would be a little bit too much for a sniper site. I would say about 5 pages normally, and you're going after maybe one particular keyword with another 4 keywords in the posts. These type of sites do still rank, let me tell you. There's a whole bunch of people out there saying that since the Panda update that they're not good. That's not true. I've done several recently and they do work. But if you're on a tight budget or if you've got long-term plans within a niche, I highly suggest you do something like an authority site. And the reason is because when you build an authority site, it means you're buying less domains. That's less times you're having to do WordPress setups instead of doing sniper sites. Say, for example, I've found 5 great keywords there that I want to go after between the amazing ratings and the great ratings from Alex's stealth keyword tool. You know, I might have to build 5 different sites if I'm doing sniper sites, and that's 5 times WordPress installation. That's 5 times having to get your plugins configured, 5 times you having to go and get you know, website in directory links and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and it's all important things. You can't really skip it if you want to do proper SEO, and it can be a little bit time consuming, and it can be a little bit more expensive as well. On the other hand, if you build an authority site, you only have to do those base configurations one time. Yeah. Now I have blueprints, what I call on-site SEO blueprint, and that's for when we're building a new site. Then I have on-page SEO blueprint for when we're adding content to the site, and then I have off-page SEO blueprint, which is when we're getting backlinks and driving traffic to the site. Okay, and SEO, the off-page SEO blueprint takes in more than just backlinking. It covers things like doing video marketing, thinking about conversions. It's using things like StumbleUpon and Dig and YouTube, and you know, getting a great message across with great content so that we can drive traffic to the site. It is not good. It is not good enough just to have a site on page 1 of Google. You have to think beyond that. Yeah, you really have to think beyond that. And why? Because it doesn't matter where your site is on the internet. If you're not optimized for conversion as well as the search engines, it's not going to do you much good. Now the possible exception of that could be AdSense sites, and a lot of people use that strategy where they deliberately don't put good content, and I've done it myself and recently as well, where you know, I just wanted people to look at the content, not like the content too much, but see that it was relevant to what they were searching for and click on the adverts. But I've now come to the conclusion I don't think that's the best way to go. I think the best way to go is an authority site, and then you can get people keep coming back, yeah? And if you keep people coming back, maybe you can get them to sign up to an opt-in form, maybe you can get them to sign up via RSS. Then every time they come back, you will get more clicks, potentially more clicks, or you can sell other things as well. Now, we're looking for multiple income streams whenever we do websites. I don't like to do just AdSense. There's other ways to make money, and typically the way I would do it is to do AdSense combined with either a CPA offer, combined with ClickBank offers, or combined with Amazon products, or combined with lead generation if it's something that we can sell leads to a sort of offline client somewhere, maybe like personal injury, for example, or divorce lawyers, for example. So you have to decide what is your strategy going to be here and what you're going to do. Now, I highly recommend an authority site. Why? Because it's just easier, faster in the long run to be able to get content on that site. And you know, I've had authority sites where you know, I made a post and that post appeared maybe at the top of page 2 without having a lot of backlinks. And when I say not having a lot of backlinks, I haven't actually done anything except for make the post. And the way I've done it is because I use some plugins from WordPress for WordPress that automatically get me backlinks every time I make a post. Now, they might post to Web 2.0 sites, or they might get social bookmarking automatically. They might be sending a syndication of an RSS feed out. There's various ways that we can do that, and that's all in my Rapid Money Site Empire course. And I just find that works a lot easier. Now, if you are on a tight budget and you've got a niche that you find that you like, I suggest stick with it. Build an authority site. It will save you a ton of time later on, unless you've got a way to make these sites really fast, and I cover that in the course as well. Okay, now tip number 3. Decide on what will your monetization be. Now, you've got options. You can use AdSense, Amazon, ClickBank, CPA offers, lead generation, or maybe there's some other way. Maybe it's your business. Maybe you want to just get people to come in and you want to give great content so that you can build trust and authority with people so that they want to buy from you rather than your competitor. That's all good. It's all brilliant. But if you're like me and you're just building sites based on niches that you think can be profitable, you're looking for high paying niches, etc., like I do, then a combination of AdSense and any one or more of the other would be good. Typically I go for AdSense sites and I go for lead generation sites, and the reason I'm mentioning this right now is because we need to decide this at the same time as we decide if we want to build an authority site or not. These are two things that go kind of hand in hand. How we're going to monetize, and that helps us to make a decision, authority site, sniper site, or whatever. Yeah, and you know, from there it's basically kind of plain sailing as far as the blueprint is concerned for starting to build your site. So the next step would be, after that, buy an exact match domain name. And if you cannot get an exact match domain name, if it's not available, try and think about keyword density. So let's go back to the stealth keyword tool, for example, and we can see here how to become a CNA. It's got 2,400 searches. Now if that is not available, we might want to do something like how to become a CNA USA, for example. We might want to put a geo-targeted some characters or something to do with geo-targeting, or maybe we just want to add a letter, for example. I've seen a lot of people doing that, for example. So they might put an E in front or an I in front for internet or whatever, and what they're really doing is they're thinking about keyword density within the domain name. Okay, so that would give them something like a 99.9% keyword density if they added just one more character. And the way you can add characters as well, you can put hyphens in between the words. Yeah, that would give you less keyword density rather than using just one more character, but it would be readable and it would look more friendly than something that looked odd. Maybe you can put a date in there or whatever. Try and keep it to a keyword density. Maybe you can find words that fit into a phrase. For example, if I've got cnaclassesonline.com and I can't get it, if I want to get CNA Classes Online and I can't get it, I might want to do CNA Classes Online UK. Yeah, and that way I've only added 2 more characters, but we want to try and keep this main keyword in there. But I would probably typically, in that example, go for something like hyphens. And if we can just go over here now, when you're buying a domain name, I highly suggest that you try and use namecheap.com and avoid GoDaddy. And the reason is, I really don't like GoDaddy, and I'm sorry GoDaddy people, but I find the amount of upsells, the amount of cross-sells, the amount of promotions that company has is a little bit offensive, to be honest, for my opinion. So let's take a keyword, CNA Classes Online. Yeah, typos. CNA Classes Online. Now the way you can do this as well, when you come over to namecheap.com, you can actually do it like that, so you can see if you've got any typos in there, and Namecheap will fix this for you. So we click on the search and we come down, and you can see that CNA Classes Online is more or less taken, except for some of these. Now for $2.99 I will definitely buy the .info. When we come down to additional extensions here, this is very, very good, like to get UK and .org.uk. These two, if you're in the UK, are very good extensions. Now CNA Classes Online is mainly an American market. That's where the money is there, and I'll show you how that happens. If I come over to the Google keyword tool, and it's a great thing if you can geo-target to a specific country, like Australia or Canada or UK, if they've got high search volumes. But let's just do this. CNA Classes Online. I've done another typo, haven't I? Yeah, I'm always doing typos. Right, so CNA Classes Online, we'll put it in the exact match, and I cannot read that thing there. Let's just copy this, and I will click up here, sign in. I use LastPass, so it makes it automatic to sign into some websites if that's the way I want it to happen. Very quick, very easy, and I don't need to read those captures. Right, now we want to get exact match, but what we'll do is we'll do the broad match first, and it's set to United States right now. So we'll bring this down to exact just by clicking over here, and you can see here CNA classes online 2,900 searches, approximate cost per click $12.15. Now if I change this to United Kingdom, let's see what we got. Right, local monthly searches, which is United Kingdom, it's only got 46 searches and the cost per click is 10 cents. It is not something being searched for in the UK, you see. So you need to make sure that you set this for the right country, and when you've done your keyword research, that you make sure that you do your domain name for that particular country. Now I could show you examples where in the UK there's some great AdSense keywords where Google is saying something like anything between $50 to $90 per click, but that's all in the Rapid Money Site Empire course, and we're actually going after one of them, and it's a membership site, and we're going after a particular niche where it has got very, very high cost per click AdSense, and you see all the videos, what's and all's, and you know there's a lot of things in there that you know ideally I wouldn't have liked to have happened, but when you get some problems and you can fix them, it's a great thing too. So that's exactly where we are right now, and we fixed the problems that we had. We got de-indexed at one point and we fixed it, and we got our search engine rankings back. But anyway, I can show you how to avoid that now. Lessons learned, and we keep moving on. Right now, so this is the kind of thing that I'm talking about. So we want to set it for United States to get CNA classes online. It's got 2,900 searches. Now I would suggest, you know, CNAclassesonline.info is a great domain name to get. I know that people don't like .info, but I haven't got a problem with .info at all. So if I added that to cart, I can come back and get it later, and I'm definitely going to get that one. Okay. Right, now let's carry on with a little tutorial here. Now, if you can buy the exact match domain, if not, think about density. Try and do the hyphens first. If you can think of maybe one or two characters, maybe an abbreviation for your city or state or whatever, put your city name in there. It's great if you do geo-targeting, because I tell you what, if you do that, you could easily clone a website that is maybe for San Francisco into New York, and then you could clone that into Las Vegas, and it takes minutes to do. And we cover that in Rapid Money Site Empire too. Okay, so next point is to map out your site using a mind map or a simple Excel sheet. What we're looking to do here is to set categories and structures. So say for example, we know we've got our home page, and then we can think about categories. What are the main themes inside our site? So I might want to do online CNA classes, and then I might want to do, what was that other one? Let's see, how to become a CNA. And then I might want to do something like this. Where are we next? We did have one that was under great, that was kind of decent volume, and I'm going to find it because it's important that we can pick these kind of keywords up, and I'm going to use these later anyway. Let's just keep coming down. Yeah, online LPN programs. And let's do one more. See if I can find one more. You see this here? Online CNA classes, 1,000 searches. Now, if I'm not mistaken, CNA classes online. Got it. I thought that perhaps I had seen the same keyword twice and it was giving me two different results. Now, online CNA classes could be good, but the way we need to use that, because it's too similar to the first one, is that we can just do this, online CNA classes. Oh, my keyboard's too near that little thing at the top. Right, okay, so we can put that in there. So we would try and use this keyword maybe in a different way than just doing a category or a page. Or maybe we can geo-target by doing this, like online CNA classes Cincinnati, online CNA classes Buffalo, New York, for example. All those kind of things is how we can use this. It just takes a little bit of creativity, but we cover all that kind of thing in Rapid Money Site Empire membership. Now let's go back. I want to get one more keyword. Free CNA classes. I wonder if that would be a great one for doing for AdSense. So I wouldn't discount it. Typically I like to avoid things that are free, but if we're doing an AdSense site, it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? So we could have maybe a page within this category. So this could be a category, this could be a page, which could be sort of geo-targeted. And then we could have another page, free CNA classes, where we can get a sort of resource list of where to get these kind of things, or just a link to somewhere else where you can get them, so we don't have a lot of work to do. And we can grab articles and stuff, and we can do a bit of curation. If you don't know what curation is when you take someone else's information and you give them a link back and say, hey, you put out a blog post, for example, say, hey, look, I found this really great information. This has got great resources for free CNA classes, and then you can put the article in there, or the link and part of their content, and give them a link back. Do not take away the link, and give them the credit, and then you can put a conclusion at the end, you know, something like, I really think you should check this out, it's a great resource, but always make it no follow, and always make it open in a new window as well, so people don't leave your site. And if you don't know how to do that, that's in the course as well. Actually, I wasn't doing this video to plug the course. I wanted to do something just to raise awareness about the kind of stuff that I get up to. So we can keep going with this, and we can find, I just wanted one more decent keyword, and ideally from the sort of great section. STNA classes, now I don't know what that is, but I'm guessing it's something quite good. Or certified nursing assistant job description. Yeah, I think I would go for something like that. That makes more sense, to take something like certified nursing assistant job description, but we could put other job descriptions within there as well. Let's just come down to the good ones. See if there's anything that really stands out. CNA skills, that could be good. There we go. CNA skills. Now what I'm saying here is that building an authority site in this niche makes a lot of sense. Really does make a lot of sense. There's so many great keywords here that we can use. They're all coming under amazing, great, and when you come into the good, you can start to see LPM program, CNA skills, and as we come down, there's going to be a ton more. You know, there's some good keywords that we can build content around and use these other keywords within the content. Now, I get other people to do that kind of stuff for me. I can say to him, like, or her, take these keywords and these other keywords, and what I would do typically is I would save that in a CSV file. I would export it, and then I would color code it. So my green ones would be the ones I wanted content with the articles around. I would have yellow ones where I wanted these kind of keywords within the articles, and I would say to them, like, create 5 articles, use as many of these keywords inside the articles as you can, but these ones in green are the titles of the articles that I want you to write, and I'll get someone to go and do that. Anyway, it saves me a ton of time, and if you take the course, the Rapid Money Site Empire, I'll show you how to do that at very low cost as well. Right, now, next point. Where are we now? So we got to map out our site, and another thing about doing a site, once we've got our categories, we want to do what we call a silo structure. So let's just go back a second to this here. So for example, our categories, what we really want to do is to have them in a way that this category here, the last article in this category will link to the first article in this category, will link to the first category, and the last one from here will link to the first one here, and the same thing again, link to the same one here. Now there's a really great plugin for WordPress that does this automatically for you, but if you want to build it manually, you can, and those plugins are all within that course that I keep talking about. Now let's just get rid of this for now, And let's go on to the next point, number 6, which is decide on types of content. Now, typically people will write articles, but it's not the only way to put content on a site. And the more format you can put, more different formats you can put on a particular page or post, the better it is. Google actually likes to see various formats of content, and you know, typically video, article and image works very, very well whenever you can get it in. Now, not always will you be able to get a video in there, but you can even take someone else's video from YouTube. You might find someone on YouTube, and there's ways that you can put that video on your site where you can put perhaps a link on top of that video on your site, and it makes it look like it's your own video. So you can actually hijack someone else's video and use it for your own advantage. You can also set the video up that if somebody double clicks on it, it doesn't go over to YouTube, and you can also set the video up that it doesn't show related videos at the end of it. So there's no reason why you can't get video done, even if you haven't got time to do it yourself. And it just takes, you know, a few minutes if you want to use tools like Animoto, for example, and even YouTube has some great video creation tools now. But those are like those animated images types videos. They're not that good, they're not great content. The only way that it would be good if you put some really good music behind it that sort of keeps people there and makes them listen to the music, rather than you know, have some great content that's going to be informative. But you can still do that via text and stuff, which you can put inside your video slides. I would recommend get some videos done, and I'll show you where you can get videos done really cheap in Rapid Money Site Empire. And when you got some video and you got article, and you always want to have an image in your post, because what we want to do with the image, we want to put the alt text with the keyword in the post. It helps with SEO, and we want to have a good strong SEO on page SEO blueprint to follow there. And you know, different types of content does help. It really does help with Google, right? And another thing to take into consideration, which is really important, is to add a contact page, a privacy page, a terms of service page, a disclaimer page, and sitemap pages to your website. Very, very important. This makes your website Google friendly. Right now, if you don't know how to do this, there's a plugin that does most of these for you, and within Rapid Money Site Empire I provide text for the other ones that it doesn't, and show you how to do things like the sitemaps in a few minutes. It's very, very easy to do. But very important, if you're going to be using AdSense on your site, make sure your AdSense does not appear on any of these pages. Right? Make sure your AdSense does not appear on any of those pages. It's very, very important, okay? Because it goes against Google's terms of service to have AdSense on your privacy page and things like that, and on your contact page. Just don't do it. If you use the right kind of themes, you can set that up automatically, and we cover that as well in the Rapid Money Site Empire. So anyway, the next thing I wanted to talk about is because people make this mistake a lot, yeah, and it's a really bad mistake to make. And the next one is to use royalty-free images. I know where to get them cheap, and it's in the course, but if you're not using royalty-free images, say for example you're going over to google.com, let's just do one, because I used to do this, I'm not going to lie, I think everybody's done this. Say I wanted certified nursing assistant. Right, here we go. Click on that, and then we come over here to images. Now this is typically what a lot of marketers do, and they will go and take a whole bunch of images like that. That's a great image. That's a great image to have. Look at this guy. He's got CNA training classes.info. Interesting. He missed a good one with the CNA training classes online. I'm just very, very curious how many searches that one gets. Bear with me. This is the kind of thing that SEO people do. Oops. Oh, very low searches. Why would he go for that? I wonder. CNA trend. This is an example of people not doing keyword research properly. You know, that's just a pity. Now, what a lot of people would do, and I've done it myself before, is I would take that image. I would go to the more sizes, and I would choose whatever size I wanted that would fit in. to my website and I would use it. Now that's not a good way to do things. It's really not a good way to do things. Let's come back now. Another thing to notice here is, look, his file name is 6.jpg. He hasn't even got the keyword in there. But a lot of people would just go over that. They would take these images and use them for their website. You can get stung very badly by doing that. I know of a company that got contacted by Getty Images, and they were asked to pay $2,500 per image because they took images this way. Avoid it. And in the course, Rapid Money Site Empire, I show you where to get these really cheap, really cheap. You can just one time, very low fee. You can get maybe 25-30 images within any niche for really the price of a coffee, right? So don't do this. The other way that you can do this, though, you can go into advanced search, come down, and you can go into the moderation filtering. Let me just see if I can. I need to bring this down a little bit so you can see. Now we can do any type, image size, image ratio. We want more keyword options. No, we don't want that. Commercial use, modification. Now if you want to use it for commercial use, if you're putting a site with AdSense on it, you need to click here. But now what we can do is we can do that search, and you find some images here which are not really great, but these have commercial use license. It's legal to use these ones, but not legal to use the other ones. Now if I go back to that search and say, for example, I want to take off the modification, and we can do a search here, still didn't give us more. If we want to take off the commercial use but use a modification where we can maybe resize it, for example, you get a few more, but they're not as good quality as the other ones. That one might be usable, but you know, you can see how difficult it is to try and find legal images. You can go to royalty-free image sites like iStock Photo and things like that, but it costs you a little bit of money. Each one of those images can cost you quite a bit, but we show you in the Rapid Money Site Empire where to get these really cheap. Okay, now let me just bring this up a little bit, and yeah. Okay, so let me talk. I keep mentioning Rapid Money Site Empire. Now, the purpose of me doing this video is really to introduce people to me and what I do and the things that the kind of niches I get involved in, and just to let people know there's other people apart from the big guru names out there who actually do know what they're talking about and do know what they're doing. Now, I've been doing offline marketing for since 2008. Now, I've been doing SEO since 2006, and I got pretty good at this stuff. I'm sure there's better people out there. I'm not going to say that I look at SEO like it's like a scientist, like some of the guys that StumperNet do, but you know, what I do is kind of very basic, very easy. We always get to page one for the keywords that we want, and I'm talking about very competitive terms as well. Now, we've done over 600 clients where we've put their websites onto page one for the keywords that we wanted to get them there for. Sometimes with big budgets, sometimes with smaller budgets. We do know what we're doing. We do know what we're talking about. You can learn more about the Rapid Money Site Empire, which is launching soon, over at kissim.org. Now, KissIM is Keep It Stupidly Simple internet marketing, which is really all about SEO, how to use social media marketing and stuff like that. And basically, what do we cover on the Rapid Money Site Empire? Let me just cover this very quickly. I know that you might think this video has gone on a while, but you got some great content, I hope, so far. So what we do is we show you how to choose a high-paying niche, and we also do that by reverse engineering successful sites. Okay, either using something that's going to be high with AdSense, cost per click, or we can go and reverse other sites that might have sold quite well on Flipper. Now, there's one that sold for 42,000 that we're working on right now. That all those videos are within the membership area. Okay, and we teach you how to do keyword research properly. Now, I gave you a little insight on what we do there. That is by no means the sort of be all and end all, but what I showed you is enough if you're a newbie to go and get some good keywords. But we cover other keyword tools, and we cover other factors of keyword research as well. And we find offers with multiple income streams in mind. I'll show you niches where you can get paid between £250 to £800 per niche if you're in the UK. In America, just change that into dollars and it will be something similar. We show you how to build sites very, very fast, and I'm talking about sites that you can build within minutes, yeah, literally minutes, full of content, optimized as well, okay? And we teach you how to set the sites up properly. We do an on-site SEO blueprint, we do an on-page SEO blueprint. The on-site and on-page are different because on-site is when you're building a new site, the core functions, the core things you need to do for SEO are in there. When you're adding content, that's the on-page optimization, and then we go on to the off-page optimization. So we cover the core WordPress plugins, and all of this is covered with video tutorials, okay? Every single one is covered with video tutorials. It's very easy for you to watch the video, rewind the video, go back to the beginning, and with the plugins especially, they're very short videos. You can watch them, they're maybe 1 or 2 minutes each, sometimes slightly longer, but I take plugins that typically you might find quite difficult to use or to configure as a newbie and show you within 2 minutes the basics that you need to know to go and do that, and I do it in front of your eyes. It's over my shoulder training when it comes to this kind of stuff. And then we go into the fast, easy, hands-off SEO blueprint for off-page, okay? We're looking for quality, we're looking at variety, we're looking at relevancy. That's the big three right there as far as I'm concerned, and the rest come under those three in one way or another. We're looking for quality backlinks that Google will give us sort of good, how can I say it? They will give us our site good credibility with Google. We're looking for a variety, because if you keep using the same method of backlinking all the time, whether it's article marketing, or maybe you're using Scrapebox, or maybe you're using things like Xroom or forum profiles, it's not enough, really. It's not enough. You're putting all your eggs in one basket. You might be lucky enough if the niche or the keyword you're going for is not that competitive, but you need to start to learn things like quality and variety, and also relevancy. And relevancy can become in different formats. It can come from geo-targeting. It could come from getting links from local business directories. It could come from getting links from forums that are within that niche. And you know, you need to take these three into consideration anytime you build a link building campaign. But I've put all this together in a step-by-step off-page blueprint, which is really cheap to get done, hands off, fast, and you can just set and forget it basically once you've set it up, okay? We look at geo-targeting where possible. We look at social media links, very, very important. This is becoming really important now since the Panda update, and this has been sort of re-emphasized with the introduction of the Google Plus One button that you start to see appearing everywhere now. Google Plus One is sort of Facebook's answer to Facebook, Google's answer to Facebook likes, and so we need to be taking that into consideration, but I'll show you how we deal with that. And volume is very important too, and I'm not talking about getting just a few good quality links. We need to have links that have no follow. We need to have links that are from 0 page rank sites. We need to have a variety of links that just make things look natural, and that's where we go for the volume. Yeah, that's what I do to go for the volume. I'll show you how we do that fast and easy. And we also look at doing link wheels and pyramids, and that might scare off some people, but it's pretty simple stuff. And for those that think that link wheels don't work anymore, I can prove to you that it does. It really does work, but you've got to use it properly, and the way we do it is kind of stunning, to be honest. I haven't seen anybody else talking about this kind of thing. It is a really good way to do things, and you will see how we do things. And at the same time, always we're looking to protect our money site. Now, I did mention we had a little hiccup in one of the sites that we were promoting, and it was a very, very basic error, two very basic errors on my behalf. I just overlooked something as I was doing the videos, and it got me in a little bit of trouble, but I fixed it and I got it re-indexed again, so we're back in the game again. And that took a very, very short period of time to do it. I think it took me about 2 hours work to go and fix that again, and I've got videos showing exactly what to do if you're in a Google penalty. So in a way I'm glad it happened, because it gave me another aspect for training, and it was really good training as well. And getting out of the Google penalty, you will find courses maybe on Warrior Forum and other places. You will not see anything like what I did to get out of this. You will not see anything like I did. and any of that training. This is the only place where you'll get that kind of training. It is very, very good training, and you will see the results before and after. Okay. So a membership site, it costs $27 a month. We're doing videos every single week. We will do little daily updates as well. Some of those updates might go on a little while, but they're really, really good videos, and you will get it warts and all, mistakes and all, what we do to fix it. This is real world. I am not one to be selling hope. I'm not one to be selling theory. Now, my biggest gripe with internet marketing products is it's all hope and theory. Now, what do I mean by that? Is because they sell you a system, okay? They might sell you a system that looks like it's rehashed. You've seen all this before. You need to buy exact match domain name. You need to go and build backlinks, and bam, you're there number one. You should be there number one. But nobody actually shows you them doing it, yeah, and getting results, and that really bothers me, okay? So what I'm doing is that you can see exactly me building campaigns in front of you, and it's over the shoulder training, and you will see the things that go wrong and what we do to correct them. I am not selling theory, I'm not selling you hope, I'm showing you in real time, in real life, what actually happens, okay? Because you need to see this kind of stuff, because these kind of things might happen to you. Even when I'm making mistakes with plugins, I do not delete it and polish it off and make it look like a really professional video. I keep the mistakes in there, because I know as a newbie you might be making those same mistakes, and so if I'm making them, chances of you making them and getting really frustrated are quite high. I don't want you to be frustrated. I want you to see the mistakes I make and how I find the mistakes and how I correct the mistakes, so that you don't have to go and do that, okay? And when we get penalized by Google, I want to keep it in there. I could easily have just deleted that video. Nobody would have been any wiser. But what is the point? I don't want to sell hope and theory. I want you to see real life SEO, how we do things, and it's very, very important. And it's from the trenches, and this is what we've been doing every day for a long time. And so you will get good ideas and insights, and you can hear me. I'm speaking, and I'm speaking what I'm thinking as and when I'm doing things. So this is not some kind of very polished world-class presentation kind of thing. You get me just as I am, and sometimes I've got a decision time to make, and I will be sitting there and saying to myself, alright, now I can go this way and do this, or I can go that way and do that, but I'm talking out loud, especially when I'm doing the video, because I know that you're listening, so you can get an insight into the SEO mind and what we're doing now. There might be people out there who are better at doing SEO than me, but I'll tell you now, we've got over 600 sites into page 1 of Google. We've made a ton of money for our clients, we've made a ton of money for ourselves, and I'm not going to sit here and show you ClickBank affiliate and ClickBank accounts and stuff like that that are false and crap like that. I don't want to do that. What I do has been mainly offline for the last few years, but this is real life stuff. If you want to buy hope and theory, go ahead, you're welcome to go and do that, but you'll get far better value out of something like this, and it's only $27 a month, and it's really, really good value. If I could have bought this at $27 a month when I was first starting, or even a year after that, I would have been really, really happy. And if somebody brought this kind of course right now, I would probably buy it as an experienced marketer, just to see if I get some tips from them. Because if you got someone as sincere and as honest as what I am when it comes to this kind of stuff, you're always going to learn something very, very good, okay? And so that's at the end of this video. I gave you some good information. You got 8 great free tips up here. I showed you some really good stuff, some good content, and then I told you a little bit about my marketing course, and it's only $27 a month. If you're interested, go over to kissim.org, sign up for the mailing list, and when I'm ready, when I've got the membership site together, you will get an invite to come and watch the videos and take part in it. And what I want to do is build a good community where people will, be honest, and it's just not crap that we're selling here. This is real life stuff. Okay, well, thanks for your time, and I hope to see you over at KissIM.